Hi guys, and welcome to GISTUBE TV, your home for everything entertainment and trending news. Subscribe to this channel, and after subscribing there is a notification bell, the bell button. Click on that bell so you will not miss uploads when I have them for your viewing pleasure. Hey guys, and welcome again to this channel. So let's continue talking Emmanuel, the ship that has now capsized and refused to set sail. They've given us teasers over the past few episodes. Are talking about relationships, and something has pulled the ship that we thought had continued sailing outside of the house. Apparently Liko had a lot of things to say. Guys, Emmanuel, see, people that called and said that Emmanuel was not genuine, Emmanuel had this. Well, people are true, but in my opinion, if you want to hear what I have to say, I will say that it's all basically because he's still quite young. He's 24. You wouldn't expect or want him to understand the kind of things Liquorose will have, especially since she's not a shy person to talk about the things that she's gone through in her past relationships. And Beatrice even said something. I'm going to get to Beatrice, but she said something that the things that Liquorose said she had gone through in her past relationship, she could actually see that happening with Emmanuel, and tell me why that happened exactly like every other person who was kind of worried about the relationship said. So what happened in Dubai, you want to know? And who is that girl? Who's that girl? It's not like I'm excited that this ship capsized, but it's just like I felt a little too rushed. It was just a little somehow. Anyways, so we know they went to Dubai, they won Africa Music Fest, and Emmanuel is well traveled. Before he came to the house, that was not. The Africa Fest, the One Africa Festival they attended in Dubai, was not the first time Emmanuel would go to Dubai. And he says anywhere he goes to is a supermodel. So not a supermodel, is a model. Well, he makes friends, he keeps in contact with those friends. So they got to Dubai. Emmanuel said to him, he saw a friend of his at the festival ground, and they started talking again, and she was like, oh, I could come around much later. And he said, okay, no problem. So the other housemates took the bus that conveyed them. They took it back to their hotels, and they all went to sleep. And that was the very night that, for whatever reason, Liquorose did not sleep in Emmanuel's room, and that was the only night she did not leave her room to sleep in Emmanuel's room throughout that trip. So Liquor said they used to get breakfast together in the mornings, so she decided to just go, get her boyfriend, let's go eat together. And she said she had messaged him earlier, so it was quite early in the morning. She messaged him earlier to say, what's up, you up, should we go eat? And he was responding to her. So she wanted to just surprise him and go to his door, while they were talking, that cute lovey thing. She wanted to just be a cute girlfriend. And so she was chatting with him, and then she went to the door and she knocked. She didn't want to say who she was, so that it would just open the door and it's like, oh, hello, I'm here. It's just a cute reunion between both of them. I didn't spend the night, but she kept knocking and knocking and knocking for 15 minutes. Guy, what were you doing inside? Even if you were sleeping, how would somebody be knocking your door for 15 minutes and you wouldn't? What happened to you? Anyways, she said she kept knocking for 15 minutes, and it wasn't until she told him, it's an emergency, I need you to open this door. So apparently he knew she was outside. Emmanuel said he heard the door, what's it called now, the bell ring, whatever. And Liquorose said he finally opened the door more than 15 minutes later. And guess what she said, there is a girl, it was dark, music was playing, she was sat at the edge of the bed, and she wore a face mask. Well, virus, what's happening to you? What would you think? So she saw that the bed was rough, music was playing, the lights was off. They really set atmosphere for whatever interaction was going on there. Probably, well, Emmanuel said, I'll get to what Emmanuel said. Anyways, I'm telling you Liquor's side of the story first. So Liquor left. When she saw that, she turned her back and left. And you would expect that a boyfriend, at least if you can't run after me in that minute, I should hear from you immediately. Call my phone, do something. This guy didn't do nothing. This auntie turned again to look into the room. See, Liquorose is patient. She said she looked into the room again, and then she left him like, guy, rate me. That was the point Liquorose realized that Emmanuel really did not rate her, throughout whatever thing they had. But I guess the going was sweet when it was going. Well, let's talk about how Emmanuel saw that scenario play. According to Emmanuel, he met, it's not my first time traveling. I met one of the persons I've met before. She said she was going to come around. They went with the hotel with the, housemate's bus. You know that nobody could have come to sleep in the room because nobody was allowed to follow us in that bus. So he went to sleep. They got there early enough, blah, blah, blah. The girl came early the next morning, knocked on his. How did she even have access to your room and your door to the hotel? Because I know that these guys will be treated like VIPs and shit. So it's not like a random person could have access to them if Emmanuel did not give her that access to him, in that place. Anyways, according to him, she suddenly showed up at his door. He was sleepy, so he just said, okay, no problem, come in, let's talk. And they were talking. He first said he was sleeping. It wasn't until Liquorose said, when we were chatting all through, you were not sleeping, that he changed his story to say, well, I was just lying down. See, guy was just talking since. Anyways, he said the girl was talking, then he heard the doorbell, right? And he heard that there was somebody outside, and the girl was like, oh, who is it? And was like, I don't know who would have come to look for me. If you see the way every other housemate looked at him, like, how would you say you don't know who would have come to look for you at that time of the day? Emmanuel, make it make sense in your head. How did he even rationalize what he did? Anyways, so he was, even if we don't know, you will go check. Yeah, there should be a doorknob to peep or whatever. And anyways, he said, then she messaged and said it was an emergency. Then she called his phone and she said it was an emergency, you'll come and pick. And that was when he realized that, oh, it's Liquor that is outside. Really? Anyways, according to Liquor, she said no, he didn't pick the call. She called him twice. The first time it rang, she heard the phone ring, he didn't pick. The second time, there was no sound, it was ringing. Apparently he silenced the call then, and it wasn't until she now messaged to say, guy, it's an emergency, I need you to open your door, that he opened. So either he picked the call or he saw the text, he then picked the call. According to him, the reason why he didn't answer when she called was because he knew that the situation was kind of tricky and it would be hard to explain to Liquor why there's a girl in his room in the early hours of the day, and Liquor did not even say if she was clad or unclad, or she was scantily dressed, or if she was in if she had stripped down or whatever. That would have been juicy to know. Anyways, Liquor had her own narrative. Emmanuel had his narrative. Basically, that was what made the relationship go downhill, because Liquor said this man did not reach out to her. Since then, he tried to call her just twice and sent her a snap, and she didn't respond. Anyways, they then had a conversation afterwards, like a week after thereabout. She had a conversation with him where he was now like, well, what you saw, it's because I really don't know how to explain to you that I really don't want to be in a committed relationship. That it's not you, it's me kind of talk. Emmanuel gave it to Liquor, basically served her breakfast after several heartbreaks. Told her that I just did not know how to say. Oh, guys, remember that yesterday Liquor said she and Emmanuel reached a consensus in their relationship after they had the shouting match shortly after the show ended concerning what the way forward would be in their relationship, and decided that we love each other, and that they told each other they loved each other on the 5th of October. I remember that conversation. Apparently what they concluded that was that no, we're not exclusive, we're in an open relationship. Liquor said she wasn't okay with being in an open relationship, so she told him, I'm going to be exclusive to you, but if you want to do anything, make sure that it does not, I'm not going to smell shit, make sure that it's nowhere near me, don't bring disrespect to me, especially since there's a fan base basically for that ship. I feel bad for people that actually spend money on these guys now, after you spend a lot, and it's like these guys were riding you all along. So that was the open relationship. So Emmanuel now came to say, well, I don't want to be committed. It's not like it's not like I want an open relationship, just that I really don't want. So what did you want? Anyways, that was what broke it for Liquor, and she was like, guy, go and sit down somewhere. And then Emmanuel was trying to paint the narrative of we are in a relationship. Now, the thing is, Liquor wanted them to just have an amicable break. Don't come on social media to smear anybody. let's just leave it at that. And with time, our fan base will realize that we are not that close anymore, and they will take the hints that we're not in a relationship without we spelling it out. But Emmanuel wanted to continue feeding fan base. Of course, this man was making money from these guys, so he wanted to continue feeding them, try to take pictures of her, put it on his Snapchat. And Liquor said she limited that. Emmanuel went to the extent of taking the picture of a vehicle that is like Liquorose's car and put it on his snap to make it look like they were together, and there was an uproar on social media thinking, oh, this ship is still sailing. Anyways, that's what happened. You guys, I want to know why, when, and how the relationship ended between Liquor and Emmanuel. Emmanuel's ship, that is what ended the relationship between these guys. And Beatrice apologized to Liquorose for saying that Liquor was not smart. Remember when Beatrice left the house after like 2 weeks, and amid around, she was asked about the ship that was burning, and she was like, I don't think Liquor is smart. Well, she said that she didn't mean it that way. Apparently, Liquor is so there to Beatrice that she was quite emotional. I mean, I can imagine how it must have been eating her up. And Liquor obviously did not give her face outside of the house, so she had no avenue to talk to Liquor, to tell Liquor, babe, this is not how I meant it. I was misquoted, and this guy just had a very lovely day feeding off what I said. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that you didn't see what was coming for you. But I like Beatrice. Beatrice didn't say I told you so, because she obviously didn't see it, and it did happen. So Beatrice apologized to Liquor for what she said, how she said it, and for whatever thoughts he put in Liquor's head. And Sasuke also tried to clear her name. Apparently Emmanuel was coming on Sasuke. They went out severally outside of the house, and while Liquor and Emmanuel tried to not tell anybody they had broken up, Emmanuel was telling Sasuke they had broken up. So Sasuke said, babe, I don't want you to think that I had anything to do with how Emmanuel moved mad. And Liquor was like, see, babe, it's deeper than that. Don't worry, you're safe. I have no problem with you. So yeah, safe to say the ship has capsized. Nothing is going to happen. They can't even stay friends, which is quite hurtful. Anyways, if you love these guys, sorry to burst your bubble. That is the recap of what happened. I feel like this is like the juiciest. It's boring because it was all talk, but like the juiciest episode so far in this reunion show, the Bbnaija. Shine your eye, housemates. This is the day 7. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Subscribe to GISTUBE TV. And my name, Jude Chukwuka.